Barton FM, following Barton Town. Sport on Barton FM is sponsored by Easy Buy.
Welcome to Swans Talk with me, Richard Watts. We'll start by joining Trevor Richins down at Bays Garth School.
So we're back down here at Barton Town Training Ground. It's Thursday evening, still dark, but hopefully lights evenings are getting a bit lighter. We're going to have a word with Nathan Jarman hopefully a bit later, but we do have one of the players here, Henry Parr.
Hi,
Hello, Henry.
right. Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks.
That's good to hear.
We were just discussing, you had a bit of a problem with your shirt.
Yeah, I'm a bit not the brightest. I'm a bit clumsy,
Okay.
and I've misplaced it, but
Okay.
it's one of them things.
So you joined the club earlier in the season
Yes.
from Cleethorpes
Yep.
on loan,
Yeah,
or have you signed permanently? Left them
it's
completely?
dual registration, so
Okay.
I can play for either team.
Okay, but obviously you've been coming along to the Barton games,
Yep, definitely.
and how are you finding it here?
It's brilliant. Honestly, there's nothing more I can really ask for. The lads, they've really took me under their wing. It's a real tightly knitted squad, and I feel dead comfortable, in training and on match days. I'm not a stranger, and I'm enjoying my time here lots. I'm learning lots of experience, and I think it's really good.
Okay, so are you at college, university,
Yes, sorry.
or are you working?
No, I'm a third year at college. I'm at Grimsby Institute. I'm doing a level 3 personal training course
Okay,
because I'm obviously into my sport and that. So if football doesn't work out, personal training is something that I might be interested in once I get a bit stronger, a bit more musclier, because
Yeah.
I don't really look like a PT yet, but we'll get there.
yeah. So you're really looking to see if you can make it in football?
Yeah,
full
yeah,
time?
definitely.
Okay.
All the time. Ever since I could kick a ball, it's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. So I might as well give it me all.
Okay.
And
So have you got contacts, or have people put you in contact with other clubs? Or are you looking? Obviously, Barton Town would be perhaps a stepping stone for you, much the same as Cleethorpes. But are you looking to get back in the Cleethorpes squad, or are you looking to play professionally at some other, another level?
Obviously, I'd love to go as high as I possibly can, but at the moment, I'm just playing, hoping that I'm in the right place at the right time if any scouts are around. But I'm happy at Barton, and next season is anything can happen. If I'm not too sure yet, I'll do pre-season, and then I'll know where I will be for next season.
So would you be looking? Now I'm going to ask you a question now you don't want to answer, which is: would you be looking to move away from Cleethorpes and be here full time, or would you be looking to try and go further with Cleethorpes?
It's a bit
unfair,
early to
isn't
say.
it?
I think it's a bit early to say, and I just want to play football. I want to play as many minutes as I can. So anywhere that is going to let me play as much football as I can. So anywhere that is interested in me playing, I'll keep my eye out, and then we'll see next season. But I can't say anything too much yet.
Okay, yeah, sure. So I think you've got players starting to turn up, so I shall let you get on.
All right, cheers.
And thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening, Nathan.
Hi, Trev.
So another night training.
Yeah.
It's another dark night by the looks of it.
Yeah.
I think we're going to miss out the clocks going forward, aren't we?
Yeah.
'Cause the season ends pretty much as soon as it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's is it the second week in April? Is it?
Yeah, the season ends, so we haven't got far to go now.
No.
Although they've still got lots of games.
Are we 11?
Something like that.
11 games, I think. I think we've played 27.
Yeah.
27. We're on 45 points.
So weekend.
Yeah.
We've got Penn. Well, shall we go back to February?
If you want. Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, we've got them. As I say, we've got them again in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
10 days' time.
Yeah.
Is there anything we've picked things up from there where they play on Tuesday that we might be able to use on?
I think the game was much how we thought it was fast and
certainly
frantic. Not a lot of football played. It was like that, and we knew it was going to be like that. A local derby and challenges and tackles and what have you, but to concede so early after I'd said about individual mistakes costing us, and like mistakes against Botsford and against Knaresborough. and I'd made a point of saying it, like, look, I'm fed up with these individual mistakes costing. It's not like we're performing badly and everything's going against us. It's mistakes that are costing us points, and then to go, and Josh come in at half time and he said, I've lost it in the light, kind of thing, and their lad hadn't, and I just said, I'm fed up with people saying sorry and apologising. I'd rather them just, say it with actions and stop making the mistakes, and just being solid all round. And their defenders didn't make the mistakes, and they were clinical in attack, and the second one killed it in the 89th minute, whatever it was late on, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't know when it was exactly, but yeah, 2-0. I thought 1-0 when we've had the goal disallowed, which was contentious.
Yes, definitely.
I think you see it a lot in football where it was the actual corner might have been a goal kick, and the referee, I think, he's just blown, thinking, well, it wasn't a corner. The linesman's give a corner, I'll just blow. Because I've watched the replay and there's nothing there for him to. He said it was a foul. He said there was 4 of our lads on the keeper. There wasn't. So he's given it. He said that, and it could have been 1-1. It would have been a different game. We were well in the game, and we had a few chances. Just a shame to lose, a few of our lads through injury. Yeah. Because of playing now, where they're having to play game after game after game after game, where we've gone pretty much nearly 2.5 months only playing 3 or 4 games. Now we're asking them to play all these games, and with the best will in the world, we can't do it.
Is an argument there for winter break?
Maybe, or
or should we be pushing for the league to put more games on earlier in the season?
I think that's what I would be an advocate of. More games earlier on, and when you start, because you've done a full program, 6-week program of pre-season. The lads are capable of playing, especially when it's light nights. You can have night games and stuff. I think that's more what I would say. And then the issue of pitches, getting waterlogged and what have you, and more 3G surfaces and stuff like that. That'd be better, I think.
Okay, and I see Tom's down here training. Tom
Warby. Yeah, he's not available Saturday though.
Okay, he's still
Tuesday.
That one else. Okay.
Yeah, he's got. We've got Ryan Musselwhite back Saturday.
Okay.
It's obviously quiet tonight. We've got a few injuries.
Right.
That's over the fence. There's a few injuries with. I think we've lost Fraser to the end of the season at least.
All right.
A bad one on his knee. He's waiting for a scan, a referral for a scan. Sorry. Hottie really struggling with his hamstrings. And then Ben Inchliff's actually pulled his hamstring, so he's going to be another one where it's touch and go end of the season. It's pretty much.
Right. He had a problem a bit earlier in the season, didn't he?
You get that with people that are fast anyway. Me, I never really had a problem with it because I couldn't really sprint that fast. But he is going to have issues with his hamstrings. It's not great, but it happens, and happens with a lot of quick strikers. Luckily, we've got Sam in reserve who can step in and who's also lightning quick. Yeah. We saw it against Ferriby where he's got him behind. He's quick as well, so he can step into the fold and stake his claim for he'll be playing. Okay. And he'll have a point to prove as well.
Right. So we've got Penistone Saturday.
Yeah.
Longish journey over that side.
Yeah. It's like in between Barnsley and Sheffield, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tough game. They're above us in the league. I know they had a frustrating result against Albion, but we know what it's like playing against Albion. They can frustrate you, and they can let you have a lot of the ball, and you can't get near the goal. They're strong and resilient. So we'll be going all out as ever to get the win. We've still got a good strong 11 and a couple of subs, and we'll have a look at the reserves and stuff. But yeah, it is disappointing to lose such quality that we've lost. But we'll still be going there and hopefully getting the win.
And then Tuesday, Gould.
Yeah. They got a couple of our ex-players, who say Spinksy and Mitch. So they'll know what we're all about. But it's one thing knowing it and one thing stopping it. They're fighting for their lives, and we're fighting to try and finish as high as we can in the table. yeah, that's what we'll be going there. Well, it's at home, but we'll be going out again, all out for a win.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cheers, Trev.
Cheers.
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
With the Barton chairman Mark Gregory, and they've got the Sportsman's Dinner coming up at the end of May. Can you fill us in on all the details?
Yeah, after the success of last year with Kevin Keegan, who was absolutely awesome on the night, obviously we wanted to get another big name. It's a great way to earn some funds for the club, and it's also a great way to have a really good night, especially at the end of the season, and hopefully a happy end of the season. So John Barnes, I hope he does the rap, the England rap. That'll be great. But tickets and tables are still available. Not many left because they are selling fast, so as they would. So please let me know if anybody does want a table.
Right. So what's the best way for people to get in touch with
They
you?
can either email myself or email Pete Mitchell. And our emails are on the website, or obviously it's all over social and stuff, and just follow the links.
For the latest Barton Town news and information, visit the club's website at www.bartontownfc.co.uk.
I'm joined by Aaron Walton. We've got two to look back on: a draw with Knaresborough and then game against Ferriby, which was on Tuesday night. We'll go to Knaresborough first. Incredible, really. 75 minutes, Barton are absolutely strolling, and then could very easily have lost it 3-2 in the end.
Certainly could. I think Aaron Irwin said a game of two halves, and it really was, wasn't it?
Well, I think it was a game of 75 minutes and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think they made some good substitutions, because the two lads that came on, the Daniel Hernandez who came on for them, he looked like a rugby league player, but was he quick? Was he strong? They couldn't get him off the ball. What a good player! Yeah. And I did a little bit of research, Rich, because he was only a young lad, nice lad. Campion he came from, so he's got a good pedigree. But yeah, first half Barton was strolling, weren't they? It just looked easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yeah. Old Harrison Coley got a couple of goals. And first one was a nice little move, wasn't it? Second one, it's putting pressure on the keeper, which they do, and made a mistake. 2-0 at half time.
I think Coley's probably the best finisher at the club. If he gets a chance, he's really calm, and he normally sticks it in.
He does, doesn't he? And he's got some lovely feet, lovely quick feet.
Yeah.
And the thing I like about him this season is he's staying in a game more. He's not drifting out of a game. I mean, he's only a young lad at the end of the day.
That's right. Yeah.
But tremendous this season, been really, really good. But I think we'll get onto it a bit later. But I think this 2 games a week's just really catching up with Barton.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's hard to sustain that.
You just can't. I mean, it's like asking Olympic athletes to run twice in a week and then do a full-time job as well.
Yeah,
two international races a week and a full-time job. Can't do it.
No.
What we know is rest is as important as playing.
That's
rest.
Right.
And they ain't getting it because they've got to work. So, and we forget that sometimes when we're berating these lads. We forget that they work full-time. That they put up the commitments there.
Yeah.
But Saturday, I mean, like you say, 75 minutes. It was just going through the motions, playing okay, doing enough. Knaresborough not really showing anything. Knaresborough making a couple of substitutions, and then bang, bang. And then, like you say, holding on at near the end.
Yeah, they could easily have got the third. Yeah.
Certainly could. Knaresborough are our bogey team.
And, it's about, so I still haven't seen Barton beat Knaresborough.
No, I said to Simon Parks, their manager, I said, we still haven't beat. He said, I think we're your bogey team, aren't we? I said, definitely. Because I thought, I thought we did all right, really. And the 2-2, I know it's dropping points, but obviously the manager wasn't there, so makes it difficult because he generally G's the lads on, doesn't he? So, and then obviously Ben picked a bit of an injury up on the Saturday, didn't he? And he played against Ferriby, but had to come off. But that was 2-2. So a point, possibly a point one, possibly 2 dropped. Who knows? And then we come on to the big one on Tuesday night.
The big one. And Ferriby, I thought they absolutely flew out the traps.
Yeah.
And the first 20 minutes, I thought this is going to end up 3 or 4-0.
Yeah, I did. They were swarming round us like bees round honey.
Yeah, but I thought after that we got back in the game and could easily.
Yeah, I mean,
they never, and so had a bit of control of the game, but never really made any chances.
No, I think if you were a little bit of a latecomer and hadn't seen that first 15, 20 minutes, you'd think, well, you wouldn't really know about losing, would you?
No,
because
no.
they took control of the game, but like you say, there was really no sort of end product there. Who did they miss? I think we know who they missed.
Yeah, it's the one player, Tom Warby, you just can't replace. There's nobody who can do that same job that he does.
Exactly, and you really do miss him, don't you? But Tom, there's a lesson there for you. Don't go too hard in the tackles, mate. We need you. And
I do think, although you never get them, I think that goal straight from the corner that Matthews scored, I don't think the goalkeeper was fouled at all.
Yeah, I didn't think he was, but they do tend to.
They always give a free kick, but he just flapped at it.
Yeah, it was because when Scott gets his corners right, his dead balls right, they're going in.
Yeah,
aren't they?
Yeah.
It's just that I think just sometimes Scott tries a little bit too hard, and he's not relaxed enough. But when he is underneath that crossbar or the free kicks, how many free kicks have we seen him score?
Yeah.
Loads of them, aren't they? Really important ones as well. But like you say, Barton was in control for long periods of time, but not really creating any clear-cut chances. I know near the end, Danny North had I can't remember if it was a header or a shot. I think it was parried onto the post, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the sort of only really thing we had. It was nice to see Charlie Dixon back. He did okay. I was a bit worried early on when there was a bit of a challenge. He got his foot caught, didn't he? It was a bit of a late one, bit of a naughty one, really. But
yeah, it was. Yeah.
But I don't think the referee gave it. I thought Jack Wilkin was a ref, and we don't often give refs praise, but I thought he refed it very well.
Yeah, he did all right. Yeah.
Yeah, Jack. He's only a youngish lad, but I thought Jack refed it really well. Excellent refereeing. And I mean, we said for ages it needed to be a strong referee, didn't it? On Tuesday night.
That's right.
Because it could have been, it could have the potential to spill over and all sorts of things happen, but it didn't, and it was played well. It's played hard. It's played fair. Just unfortunate the result. I mean, that two little bits. I mean, like I say, Ferriby started quick, and I don't think is it Danny Butler who scored?
It was
the first one. Yeah. From the footage, no, they didn't pick him up. It was virtually a free header.
Yeah.
And then second one, Charlie's kick just went straight to one of our favourites, who we always have a little bit of time for, Amir Birchall, ex-Thackley player. You don't give Amir that much room coming down. He'd already had a shot earlier on, hadn't he? A little bit of a major run and a shot. So that was his range finder, and then his second one, bang, it was in. And I don't think Charlie had much chance against that one. Yeah. So 2-0. There we go. Please, disappointed.
Strong squad, Ferry. When you look at they brought on, they brought in Birchall, didn't they? They brought on Adam Boulder, and they brought on Earl, didn't they?
Danny Earl,
all good players. I mean, they look a strong squad. I'm amazed that they'd lost 2 in a row, really.
Yeah, I am. But you get those blips, don't you? I think they're back on track now.
Yeah.
And I think, as I say, Winterton, they drew 1-1 with Maltby, so they've dropped a little bit of room from Ferriby. So it's still going to be tight up the top, though, isn't it? It's still going to be tight there.
Yeah.
I still think there could be another little twist in it. But for Barton, it's basically see how high we can finish in the table, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
After that, a draw and a loss. I mean, we're starting to get injuries now, aren't we? We discussed this. We're starting to get injuries because, as we said, it's 2 matches a week, and the lads the lads are all full time in employment. So, and as we said before, it's all right about playing. It's the rest and recovery that you need, and they're not getting it. So
yeah, that's. I mean, that is how it's already having an effect, isn't it? I think that's the difference between. It's the difference between trying to push towards second place, which isn't going to happen now.
yeah,
Like finishing, you're looking at, well, possibly third, fourth, fifth, or sixth, really, aren't you? And I think that's because of 2 games a week.
Yeah, definitely for 2 games a week. Yeah, could have possibly finished behind because you've got people. I mean, Fraser Papperell came off. He didn't look too good on his feet when he came off. And I think Ben's pulled his hamstring again, and they take time to heal a hamstring, don't they? They're not a 5-minute job, and he's got a pretty physical daytime job, so it takes its toll.
Yeah.
And we've not got a massive squad. We've played with a small squad. I think we've been very lucky with injuries, to be fair, haven't we? We've not had any major injuries. I think last season we had a few injuries, but we've not had a great deal of injuries this season, off the top of my head anyway. But you just have to see. But I mean, some people will say, they'll not be happy or we're not doing very well. But people have short memories.
Yeah.
We've usually seen Barton struggling near the bottom and hoping for a little bit of a run, put some games together. I can remember the nights of going to watch Barton and Liversidge on a Tuesday night, then pumping 6 past us, and we never getting a touch of the ball, and it could have been 10. Nights like that very rarely happen now. So, but I think.
I think them postponed games have cost them dear, haven't they? They lost a lot of momentum with not playing.
Yeah, definitely.
Cost them dear.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not making excuses up. It's plain to see. It's like anybody who's maybe training and doing things sports wise. If you get events cancelled, and you've done all that training, it just goes to waste, doesn't it? And with football, if you're a football, it's all about momentum, isn't it? And if that momentum stopped, it's difficult to start again. It's a bit like asking a sprinter to run the Olympic Games from a standing start. It's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult. But anyway, onwards and upwards. Where do we go on Saturday, Richard?
Penistone. Yeah.
Penistone Church. So we're going to. I can't remember what they call their ground. It's the Memorial Ground. How silly of me. Penistone Church Memorial. There's a link there. 700 odd feet above sea level, Richard. One of my mindless, aimless facts.
Is that the highest one? Is it higher than Silsden? Is it the highest one?
It doesn't feel higher than Silsden, does it?
No.
Because when it rains at Silsden, it rains stair on.
Certainly does.
Unbelievable. Possibly higher than Silsden. It'd be nice to go. It's nice to go in the daytime because the only time I've been is a night match. So I think the ground's very similar to Barton's, isn't it? With a small stand down one side and open all the way around. So. It should be a good game. They've got a good manager. Stephen Lenfley is a good manager. He speaks a lot of sense. He's not one of these managers that sees the game completely different to everybody else. He speaks sense. He sees the game as a fan sees it as well. A bit like Nathan Jarman does as well. He sees it. I mean, when Jarman has his little talks at the end, I mean, you agree with everything he said, aren't you?
Yeah.
Generally, he's not seen a different game to all that we have. He says it as he sees it. Unfortunately, sometimes that gets him into trouble. But as fans, we like that. We like managers and what have you, not to be just going with the party line. Unfortunately, it gets him into trouble. But that's why I love the guy because he's honest. He says it as it is, and that's as fans you like that. But that's just one of them things. So. Hopefully, we'll have Tom Ward be back on Saturday, and then we'll just have to see who's come off the physio's table and who's fit. It's a bit like the walking wounded. Like the walking wounded at the moment. Shall we check our boots, Richard? Do you think? Hey, then there will be really something to grumble about, won't there? Do you, mate? I mean, it's two tortoises on the football pitch.
It certainly would be. Yeah.
Dear me. I don't think we're very good linos as well, because we certainly won't keep up with play.
No.
But that'll be a good one, because as I say, we beat Penistone at our place 3-1. I thought it was a little bit lucky in regards to one or two decisions on that day. There was a handball one. Was there a sending off as well?
I think there was, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think there was a keeper. I don't know if the keeper got sent off or not, but we won 3-1. But they made a game of it, and they'll definitely make it difficult. Although they lost, I think last night they lost to Albion Sport, so it's setting it up quite well. Though there was a little bit unfortunate, because two of their players had to go off because they clashed heads.
Yeah, right.
So they had to go off. So they had to restructure. And you know what Albion are like. They're a decent team, Albion, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, yeah.
So Albion won 1-0. So it's getting very, very tight down at the bottom, isn't it, Rich?
It is, yeah. I mean, like Bottisford really picked up. I was impressed with Bottisford against us. They looked a much better side than what they had been.
We often grumble that they don't play a great deal of football, the spoilers, but when we played them 2-2, I've got to take my hat off. Played some good football, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So if they carry that on, I think that maybe get them out of trouble. But I mean, they've got Gould down there, and Gould seem to have a decent game and then lose a couple, don't they?
Yeah, so Frickley might get dragged into it, mightn't they?
Yeah, that'd be a shame, because again, Frickley. Did they let the manager go? Was it Wayne Ben? Did Wayne Ben? I think Wayne Ben left, didn't he? I think shortly after we played them. So I don't know if they've got anybody in to replace him, because I know Wayne Ben's a good manager if you give him time, but he's struggled with because can't seem to attract the players, can they? They're just a lot of young lads.
Yeah.
But when we played them, I thought they were very good, very good.
Yeah, yeah.
So really, really good team. There's some good footballing teams in that league. I mean, last night I saw Winterton and Maltby Main, and I thought it was a good game. And not if you're a Winterton fan or possibly a Maltby fan, because they were a Maltby. One of the lads got sent off two Bucklebill offences. He went off. So and Winterton got a penalty, very dubious penalty, but. There you go. I think if it was a given against you, you wouldn't have been very happy.
Right.
But there we have it. So we've got Penistone away on Saturday. Full coverage of course, Richard, isn't there?
Yes, we'll be on air at 2:45, and then I think it's Goole at home, isn't it? The Tuesday after.
Yeah, Goole at home. So if the Swans faithful can get down in their in the droves. Because it was a good atmosphere on Tuesday night. I know there was a lot of Ferriby fans there, but there seemed to be a lot of the Swan Army turn out as well, Richard.
Yeah, it was a good gate, wasn't it? Yeah. It's a pity it wasn't on the Saturday, though, because you would probably have doubled that.
Yeah.
It was a pretty miserable night as well, wasn't it?
It was. Woe betide us if we ever get 1,000. We'll be run off our feet.
Well, it looked. I thought there was over 500 there. I was quite surprised that it was just under.
Yeah, it did look busy, didn't it? I mean, we've had some good gates in the past, but it did look busy. We could do it. It's put our average up a little bit, Richard. We've gone up to 6th place. We've just gone above Goal now, so we're 6 in the averages for gates, and unfortunately we're losing 2-0 on Tuesday. We're averaging letting a goal in a game now.
Right.
So considering we're not far off the end of the season, I think that's pretty good.
It is. Yeah, it is.
We're averaging one goal a game. So
it's just such a shame we're not averaging 2 points a game.
Yeah, I know, but
like I say, I'm absolutely convinced it's because of the break. And then you've got your 2 games a week, you've got no chance.
Yeah. You've got
Unless you've got a squad like Ferriby's. They've got players that could cope with that.
Yeah, definitely, because you've got such a big squad. But they've never carried a big squad just because of their finances. But they're doing the best they can. That's the thing, and I think they'll put a decent fist of it on Tuesday night. I thought for long periods of time they controlled the game without that penetration, but
yeah,
I'm sure they'll put up a good fight against Penistone. There are always good games there. There are always tight games there. So hopefully it won't be raining and it won't be windy.
That's it for this edition of Swans Talk. Thanks for listening.